are the only events that unite Africans all over the world. I wish, on behalf of His Excellency John Ajakum Kufuor, the President of Ghana, to welcome our brothers and sisters, friends, and all well-wishers of the African family who have converged in Ghana to participate in these events. My brothers and sisters, we have gathered here today in commemoration of the 7th edition of the Pan-African Historical Theatre Festival, PANAFEST, and the 8th edition of Emancipation Day. By doing so, ladies and gentlemen, we are demonstrating that the 6th and 7th editions previous to this joint event were not isolated efforts to bring together the African family for the expression of our common historical and cultural heritage, but rather a display of continuity and commitment to an ideal and principle whose time has come to stay. We are here today, ladies and gentlemen, affirming our commitment to PANAFEST and ongoing feature on our cultural calendar as a Pan-African forum, not only for looking back on our past, but also for focusing on a vibrant future. This festival, ladies and gentlemen, carries a deeper significance to all of us here, especially our visiting and returning brothers and sisters from the diaspora. Many of you, I'm told, are returning for the first time. Some of you are the first in your families to have made this pilgrimage or return journey to the land of your ancestors who were violently torn from your family, language, and culture during the Holocaust of the transatlantic slave trade. Yet, for others who have been blessed to return again, to all of you, let me say Akwaba. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate the PANAFEST Foundation and the organizers of this auspicious event. You have worked under various odds and obstacles on this noble endeavor to promote African unity and development. Ladies and gentlemen, every 2 years, PANAFEST is organized under the auspices of the African Union and Government of Ghana. This affirmation was made as far back as 1993, when the OAU, in assessing the potential of the festival movement in promoting the unity of Africa and its people the world over, decided that each PANAFEST should be held in Ghana under its auspices with collaborative support of the government of Ghana. Drawing instructive lessons from the past and noting the visible results of focusing the activities of the PANAFEST in a particular geographic area, it was also decided that each PANAFEST should be held in the historic cities of Cape Coast and Elmina. There is no doubt that Cape Coast and Elmina were critical exit points during the period of transatlantic slave trade and are today important locations, symbols for the movement of the return for Africa's kith and kin to their motherland. This is why the government of Ghana is committed to making sure that this festival is institutionalized as part of our national calendar of events. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, although this event is hosted by Ghana, it is a product of the entire African family and deserves support from the global African community. On our part, we have taken the first step by incorporating in Ghana Immigration Act a provision for the right of abode for people in the diaspora. We are also considering the issuance of diaspora visas that will allow the payment of visa fees by people from the diaspora only on the first visit. The subsequent visas will be free. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of African family and friends, the ongoing theme of PANAFEST is the re-emergence of African civilization. This re-emergence can only be realized when we accept the full responsibility of mastering our destinies. The theme for this year's festival is preserving and uniting the African family, the fight against HIV/AIDS. This theme widely captures the challenges posed to the African people by this dreaded disease. At a time when Africa faces many problems, including poverty, famine, ignorance, and exploitation, this cancer has come to worsen the situation. The African family would seem to be bearing the brunt of the HIV/AIDS pandemic wherever we find ourselves. It is, however, time to seek a clear understanding of how the African family has been affected in very concrete terms. More importantly, ladies and gentlemen, it is critical to take note and take bold step of looking among ourselves to marshal the resources at our disposal to overcome the scourge in our time. PANAFEST and the Emancipation Day have helped to create a platform for forthright discussions to take place among African people, taking the form of spiritual atonement and affirmation, intellectual dialogue, creative and artistic manifestations, and expositions of innovative solutions to challenges posed by HIV/AIDS pandemic. I am confident, ladies and gentlemen, that the program over the past few days has provided a platform for this dialogue and exchange of ideas to develop strategies and agree on concrete action plans to meet the challenges of this pandemic with the same courage that our ancestors fought against slavery and colonialism. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, and Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, this year's PANAFEST coincides with Emancipation Day activities. Emancipation Day is an occasion we commemorate the abolition of chattel slavery and recommit ourselves to the ongoing struggle for emancipation from modern-day shackles of mental slavery and dependence. I understand, ladies and gentlemen, that preceding Emancipation Day, there will be a reverential evening in remembrance of hundreds of thousands who passed through the door of no return, the castles, and onto the ships waiting to carry them across the Atlantic to the New World. For them, ladies and gentlemen, it was not a new world of hope and opportunity, but one of unspeakable suffering, humiliation, and wretched death. May their noble souls rest in perfect peace. We remember them with sorrow, ladies and gentlemen, but we also have good cause to feel proud. Many of them kept their dignity and identity intact, and by dint of hard work, sacrifice, and courage, and determination in the face of unyielding discrimination and disparagement, achieved the height of excellence in many fields of endeavor. In recognition of this, ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Tourism and Modernization of the capital city has initiated the Joseph Project to highlight and pay homage to those achievers of excellence. This event will take place in June 2007 to coincide with the 50th anniversary of Ghana's independence. This project will reassure Africans in the diaspora that they belong to Africa, and to Africa they must come. Through their heroism, they have debunked the false and corrupt dogma of inherent inferiority of the black man, which had and is still being used to justify the cruel inequities visited upon the race. Some of us here in person, some have gone ahead, but their sons and daughters are here with us today to share in this celebration of our common heritage. Let us look ahead, my brothers and sisters, together with renewed confidence in each other. Let us bring wealth to ourselves by placing value on being African. Let us not look down on one another, but rather look up to each other. Let us have confidence once again in our ability to perform our responsibilities as Africans with the highest level of quality and standards of perfection. Nana Chairman, Nananum, ladies and gentlemen, let us use this opportunity to build bridges, to repair breaches, and to construct new images of Africa in our minds. Let us dismiss the perception of captivity and begin to dream again. Let us be inspired to march into the future with confidence in our capacity to create once more the brilliant and unsurpassed glory and achievements of our ancient empires. Let us remember Zion, let us remember Ethiopia, Egypt, Ghana, Mali, Songhai, Zimbabwe, Benin, Ife, and countless others. Let us work to see our children laugh again in our streets and in our villages. Let us remember the works of Marcus Garvey, ladies and gentlemen, who commanded us, "Up, you mighty people, you can accomplish what you will." I thank you very much for your attention.
Our His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Aliu Mahama, with the keynote address.